7:30. 18 seconds.
Yo, what is people? Welcome to another week of Gone Fishing. Mike, Ray, and Matt behind the controls. Welcome to the show. So, I don't know if we're sponsored or not. Uh, Bourbons of the week, I.W. Harper Cabernet Case, and what's this one?
Old Forester. We have
Old
to.
Old Forester. It's a little harsh.
Prohibition times, baby. Prohibition.
So that's a little harsh, but it's good. It's just a little harsh. So welcome to the show, people. Today I'm going to start with some recent fishing trips. Ray and I went last night and went to a local pond. We had a great night. It was a beautiful night, not a great night as far as catching fish.
A lot of blow ups.
A lot of blow up.
I'll hide what it first. Put it in. That's all.
So we were actually discussing. I'll get into it in a second, but I caught one nice bass. Ray got more decent bass. I hooked into a snakehead, had it almost up to the boat, but I don't think I hooked it good. Honestly, when it hit, it was close to the boat, kind of surprised me, and I didn't get a good hook set. So one of the things I'm going to talk about, and Matt, I need you to put this in on a poll. Um, when you're fishing hollow body topwater. There's been different techniques that I've heard. When I fish hollow body topwater, I when I get a blow up, I watch my line, and the reason why is because if it's a bass, I know they tend to just try to stun sometimes. Where they won't take the bait, they'll just try to stun it. So you get that blow up, and your tendency is to yank back and set the hook. But I watched the line to see if it actually grabbed it rather than just stun it. Um, Sometimes when they grab it, also they'll take it under and let it go again as a stun. So I'm watching my line and I count in my mind. I don't really honestly been doing this enough that I just wait. I hesitate for it because I want it in its mouth. I want it to start to like when I set the hook, the hollow body's crushed, so the hooks are exposed. And when I set the hook, it's gonna set into the mouth. That's where I've had my luck, but I've had friends, colleagues that will set much quicker than me. And I want to know your team. The hook right away or wait. But anyway, so I feel like some of these blowups, the ones that took my hook, I watched it. And I saw there's a little bit of light on top of the water, and I saw it run, and I set the hook, and I have it. The snakehead that I got, like I said, surprised me. Kind of took off. I knew it had it, but it didn't have the time to wait. Excuse me for a second. Um, Hollow body, top water. This is your poll question. Wait or set the hook right away. Hollow body, top water.
Either set the hook.
So the question is
Wait
hollow body, top
or
water,
set the
wait
hook.
or set the hook.
And this.
Yep.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
But it was a great night. We're trying to figure out a new spot, and the reason why is it's pretty pressured, but it's really close. And another reason is we're going to go to another place, but the winds were going to be gusty last night, and we're like, we're not going to mess with them. That could just get frustrating. So this place has trees surrounding it, and we can tuck way and find some nice still areas where we're not being blown around. And there's a lot of cover, and the water temperature was right. So it was just the right place for us. And the way we figure it, there's a lot of people out there that really don't know how to fish it right, and we don't know how to fish it right yet. But we're like, we need to figure this out, correct?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we were getting the blow-ups. I mean, the blow-ups were there all night. I mean, it was good in that aspect, but it wasn't a um, just wasn't what I was expecting. I mean, I was get that many blow-ups. You think you at least have six in the boat plan? Yeah, I mean, it was weird, but again,
The blow-ups are exciting too.
oh no, it was exciting. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, anytime that water's fun, whether you're doing whatever. But it was just tough last night. All the blow-ups. Lets you know you're using the right shit. You're using the right lures. If they're hitting it, you're using the right stuff. But they just weren't biting and holding on. It is what it
We
is.
still had a great time. Fishin's fishing. Said this a bunch of times. Why they don't call it catching, right?
That's right. It's off fishing.
And
We
again,
were
we're
wishing.
fishing, wishing. But actually, last night was cool. I'm actually seeing. I got Ralph on. I got Dana on. I got Goose on. Welcome, guys. Check the poll. I want you guys to respond to the poll. Um, so
Especially you, dudes. You're a professional fisherman, man. Come on.
yeah,
Shit.
guys, we've been following you. You've been kicking ass. I mean, you've been doing your tournaments. Nice job. We'll give a shout out to Goose here because he's fishing these high. He's on a high school fishing team, and he's also on the pro team. And he's been doing all these tournaments, and he's been doing a great job. So check out Goose. Um, so it's Robbie Goose Henderson. Check him out. He's awesome. He's been on from the beginning too. So, place we were fishing last night. I did a little exploring. I've got a tendency to get bored and just want to. I do this thing where I need to push as far back as I can to see what's up there because I want to see the places that nowhere one was at, and I also wanted to test the kayak because I got this kayak last year, and it's 13.5 feet. It's got a motor on it, and honestly, I got the autopilot 136. I was so impressed on how well it did at shallow water. I got all the way back to where there was a beaver dam. There was inches of water. I had to pull the motor up, obviously, but it was awesome. It did an amazing job. A bunch of cool stuff. Um, but went all the way back there. Pond was great. Water got clear, got colder. So the other thing was I whole pond. I had a fish finder on. Kind of it seemed like overkill. Wasn't looking at my side imaging or my down imaging. I was just using it to look at the water temperature and the depth. Screw up my motor, and I wanted to see as I went around the pond because this time of year you're looking at water temperature. Water temperature differs from depth, it differs from sun exposure, all this stuff. So I just wanted to check it out. But honestly, I barely looked at it. Um, as I went back, came back, a couple funny things happened. Well, before I do that, I will tell you I got have a power pole on there. I discovered how to use it the correct way. So power pole has a motor on it. It's an anchor pole that drops down. Is a game changer for the wind. It is so easy to use. Want to know what it is? Check out the Power Pole Micro. Awesome for kayaks. So, anyway, back to funny stories. I'm super engaged. I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. I saw some movement in the pads and I'm focused on that. I'm fishing, I'm switching my frog and I'm just watching. All of a sudden, explosion behind me. Now there's no one around me. The stupid beavers apparently must have had a couple friends hiding in the lily pads, and one of them said, "Hold my beer,"
Mm-hmm.
because this one beaver came out and it was within 10 feet probably behind my boat, and it did that whole tail slam thing. I almost jumped out of the kayak. Out of me. Park was this friggin' beaver. The other thing, same spot. Now I'm already kind of off kilter here. All of a sudden, I hear coming in behind me this noise of like flapping and whatever. I didn't think much of it until I heard the sound of like water splashes. Two ducks decided to come directly at me and land. So when I turned around, all I see is all this splashing and two heads coming right at me like this. You can't do that.
They had their beer muscles, man. They tried. It just
You can't do that to a guy who's hyper focused on
beaver
what
sharks.
beaver
Watch out for them beaver sharks, man.
sharks and what would you call those ducks then?
Killer ducks.
They I felt like they were
You shouldn't get chased by geese. You ever get chased by geese?
swans.
As many as geese around that time where we were at last night.
I
I'm
don't mind the
surprised.
geese.
Like I went into the one spot and went in all into the lake nights. Them geese were all sitting there, and I'm like, watch one of these son of a bitches come at me. I just kept going and going. I actually kept going away from it, but I was waiting. And then I came back out as I was coming back around, heading towards the boat. Got 100 of them just sitting there looking at me. I'm like, yeah, it's at me, man. Come after me, but they didn't come after me. We were good.
Yo, what's up, Shooty? I haven't seen you in a long time. Welcome on. And Jay, welcome on. So geese I have a problem with.
They come at you. I've had them
No,
chase me trout fishing.
it's way beyond that. It goes back. It goes way. When I was 5 years old,
Did it eat you?
I got my goose. It bit my finger. No, and then when I worked at Salt Lake in Ringwood, New Jersey, as a brand new lifeguard, we had to get there first thing in the morning, and our job was to clean up all the good shit. So I have a problem with geese, but I'm more. I don't give a shit about geese. I'll beat a goose. Beat a goose. But a swan, that's another story. Those things are big
Yeah.
and they're territorial and I'll take a mama bear over a mama swan. I'm gonna tell you what.
I mean,
You ever seen a swan attack a goose?
I've never seen the swans do anything like that, but we do see them an awful lot. Like we see them a lot on the ponds,
Well,
but they're always flying away from.
I've seen one get on top of a goose, grab it by the neck, top of its neck, and slam its head under the water until the thing friggin' drowns.
Really?
Swans can be brutal. So those are my two um, jump scares, if you will, because I was totally you're all at peace with Earth and you're at one with nature, and all of a sudden this violent action goes around. I'm not expecting that crap. I'm all still.
That's happened to me that one morning going out first thing in the morning. I really see shit and that damn thing splashed behind me. Oh boy. I never almost jumped over off my kayak so fast when that happened. It'll scare you, especially like in the morning when you're not making out what's going on in the water. You just see something coming through the water. You don't know if it's a snake. You know, if it's a snake, I'm pedaling the other way as fast as I can. It's one of those snake. Man, I saw
Who are
something
you
coming in the
kidding?
water.
There would be Jesus walking on water. But screw the kayak.
Right on. You can see me. I sit at the ramp. I'm about to stay out there. I'll run back out to it later.
So you guys, those of you who have heard this, bear with me. But this happened twice last year. One of our ponds that we fish is really inaccessible. There's no roads, there's no trails, there's no. So the buddies and I got an old Coleman crawdad, great boat, especially in this pond because there's underwater stumps. So you're running into shit you can't see all the time. Anyway, we have it stashed back there. We paid $50 for it. And it doesn't even have four locks. We paddle it with kayak, but it's really effective. And this is a great pond to fish because it's so inaccessible. Well, I'm out there. This happened twice again. I'm out there paddling around. Now I've been out for 2 hours. And the Coleman Crawdad has these seats. It's not like metal boat where the seats go across. It's seats where the plastic goes all the way down to the bottom of the boat. And I'm sitting in the middle seat and I hear this sliding sound. And I'm like, oh, what is that? All of a sudden, it pops its head out from right in front of me. So I'm on the middle seat and I have the front seat right in front of me. Pops his head out and comes out and hesitated for about, I don't know, it must have been 2 hours. Well, that's what it felt like, but it was more like full seconds because it was a northern water snake. And if you guys know northern water snake, they are distinct from a copperhead. And we have both here. But my surprised brain took a couple seconds to register. And as soon as I registered that it was a northern water snake, I was able to grab it and throw it out of the boat. But my immediate response was, one of us are leaving. It's either me or the snake. And thankfully, it wasn't a copperhead. I didn't think it would be a copperhead, but who the hell knows? But when something comes out and it's at your feet and you don't know if it's poisonous, this happened. Same boat, 2 times. I should have been ready the second time, but I wasn't. Same thing
Probably the
happened.
same damn snake probably came
It
back.
was. I'm absolutely sure. It was the same size. It was like probably 3 or 4 feet long. It wasn't that big. But once I saw what it was, I just kind of and, and it swam away. And that's probably why it scared me the second time. It was seeking vengeance on me.
Yeah,
Son of
it
a
was
bitch.
probably trying to come get you and bite you.
It
I was trying
actually,
to see if I was on the boat.
it was actually probably seeing if you were trying because he knew.
Yeah, he guys, I brings that guy out that don't like me. Watch this. He's like,
Well, Rick was in the boat. He would have been out of the boat in the water.
gone,
Mm-mm.
gone.
Cartoon walking on water,
Yeah,
John.
gone.
This dude is so afraid of snakes.
Don't like him. I'm okay. You know what? I'm okay if I see it. Like right now, we have one in our pool shed. I think it's left, but it's been in there a couple of times. Barb's seen it. I haven't seen it. But I'm telling you, like right now,
What's up, Doug?
I am done.
Him?
I am done with the snakes. But if I see them ahead of time, I'm okay. You know what I don't like them is it's snagged in a tree, and you can see it's a dead tree. It's dead. There ain't a freaking leaf on it, and you go up to it, and you're just reeling in, reeling in, and you get there just as you get it ready to get out of the tree. Look over, and there's one looking right at you, and it's just like, yeah, dude, this isn't cool. Snap the line, and I'm going. Hell with that lure. I don't care how close I am to it. I'm going, dude.
He
But
can't do nothing.
it's looking at me.
It's not gonna do
Stick
nothing.
its tongue out. I don't know if it sticks its tongue in my ear or what, but I'm like, come on, dude. I'm going out. Where I'm going. Going. Get up.
You're a little.
I
I
just
know.
don't.
I know that you're not a huge guy. Bigger than that snake.
Yeah, I just don't.
I still remember we were at Octorara and that water snake. That
I
just
think it was a mile away. I could see if it's.
I know, but it fucked you up.
Come on.
That further back,
Man,
that thing fucked you up. You're like,
yeah, you coming near me. That thing's not coming nowhere near where I'm at.
I gotta deal with people. Yep. So I'm gonna go off topic for just a second for fishing because this is an actual story that happened during quarantine. Wife and I are both teachers during lunchtime. Okay, so I got up, I didn't shower, I put on a shirt, I don't know, dressed up from the waist up. That's how it works. Lunchtime came, I decided I was gonna take a shower. I jump in the shower, I hear my wife screaming downstairs. So I jump out of the shower, didn't dry off, threw on a bathrobe, and went to see what was going on. She's on the porch doing her class. Oh no, it wasn't a class. It was a faculty meeting with like 100 people in it.
Oh, it's great.
And Black Snake had come up the stairs onto the porch. This was a big black snake. Now she's freaking out because this black snake's there.
Is it here in this neighborhood?
No, this is Brennan. Uh, I came out. Now I'm trying to hold my rope closed because she's got faculty meeting going on.
I think it just broke her, but like, wow, what's the
It was cold. I don't need to see that. It was cold.
purples?
And shrinkage.
Well, you're not showing your shrinkage, it's just showing you.
No, they would have seen it all.
See it all. Okay, well, that's
I don't.
much there, but okay.
So and now, meanwhile, everyone's fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, because I'm trying to catch a snake and get it to do what I, anyway. So, um, those of you who are just coming on, a couple things that I mentioned. One, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We need you to subscribe. For the way we work this, we started with the Facebook channel to get our friends that are on Facebook. I have it on Instagram. We have a TikTok channel. We'll be using that more as we do more fishing in the summer for clips. But I need you to log into at Fishin at FISHIN 302, just because that's where we get our sponsorships and stuff. So please do that. We'll continue to post it on everything. Second thing is
Just to
look.
let you know, real quick, sorry to interrupt. Ralph Short texted me and said that I'm also scared of snakes too. Okay? Not the only one. And he's a hell of a lot bigger than I am too, so that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Well,
Yeah, it's kind of funny. You'd be surprised how many people are actually really scared. I mean, and don't get me wrong.
what about spiders? You okay with spiders?
I'm totally cool with spiders. Spiders do not freak me out.
Okay.
I'm like literally no, like when you showed me your snakehead lure you got, that's the spider. I love spiders. Spiders don't wig me out. And it's again, if I see the snake where Matt's sitting and I see the snake and I'm walking up on it,
Let's think we were in Octoraro. That was that far away. Even like one day.
well, I'm in the water, so I can't really move or nothing. But if I see him, like if I got my camera, I take a picture. Like I'm not to where I'm like, oh yeah. People ask me, I used to have this girl I knew. She would say, hey, you want to? She had a python, ball python. I would go to the house, and one night she's like,
You're like pythons, huh?
she's like, you're gonna like my ball python. She laid it right in my lap, dude. I was just like, oh, grabbed it. She said, grab it. Wrapped himself all around my arm. Held him all night long. Had his head, just kept looking. He's like,
Didn't she be checking out your python?
oh, she sat there.
Just saying.
She goes, I want to know why you're scared of snakes out in the wild. You're sitting here like I'm going to her house. Actually her and her fiance's. I would just and she buys an iguana. Thing wasn't a little iguana. I think she actually got it from somebody. This thing was probably like 4 foot long. She kept the snake and the iguana in the same room. Never went in a room. I was done. It's just a raptor. Like frogs don't bother me. Toads don't bother me. Turtles don't bother me. Nothing bothers me. Snakes really don't bother me. As long as I see them ahead of time.
Okay.
I'm okay with them. Like I've held snakes many times. They're people's pets, but I ain't going out and buying one and having one in my house for a pet. That's just not happening. Not the way it is.
This man could not survive where I used to live in Vermont. Is there? We had snakes, right, Matt? We had snakes, bats, all that crap in the house. That
My cousin lives
my Vermont people know.
my cousin lives in Jacksonville, Florida,
Oh,
and
that's a whole different ball
oh,
game.
he has a creek that runs through his backyard. So not only does he get gators in his yard, he'll sometimes get a bunch of snakes. And he's like, we cut our grass really short. And I'm like, doesn't that kill your grass? And he's like, no, they use Bermuda grass, so it stays green all year. But he says they cut it only an inch so they can see the snakes, and then they go out and they kill them because they have a lot of venomous snakes down there. So it's kind of different down there. But it's funny because he goes like, oh, you want to come down? You can fish the creek behind my house. Like you got alligators in there and snakes. I'm going out there and fishing. That's
Yep.
where I want to go. Alligators come at you pretty
We
quick.
need
I've seen
we
it.
need to go down there for some bullseye.
Yeah.
So I got to try to stay on the subject.
So this company, not masturbators, they're in Florida.
Oh,
And
by the way, he's talking about a local company, which is a bait shop
called
called.
masturbators. This was called masturbate. But I work with this guy at my part-time job. He actually bought me a shirt back, and he said to me, he goes, the guy has to call up in Newcastle all the time because they send all his shirts to masturbators all the time. He's like, it's constantly going up in the club. Like, no, you have 100 of my shirts. Send them down. Yes. Well, he calls the company where shirts made. He's like, "Yeah, that's
That's
what
a
we do."
brilliant name.
Oh, I know, but it's funny. But anyway,
So,
long story short, Florida, so it's fun.
well, these guys, I told you guys this before, but I do a fishing club at school. My 10th graders tried to get masturbators to sponsor my trip to fishing club, and I told them, ain't gonna happen.
Woo!
And they're like, no, man, Mr. Result, we can do this. I said, listen, you talk to administration, and I got Bobby, who's one of my administrators, great guy. Kids love him, so they feel like they can talk to him about this stuff. And they went to him. I gave him a warning, and needless to say, Masturbators does not sponsor us, though they said they would, because their 10th grade brains thought we could get masturbators, then maybe exporting goods, and they wanted to get it on our shirts for
Well,
high school.
sponsor of big companies. X is a big company. Masturbators is a big company. And
So,
I don't see anything wrong with that. Yeah, I mean, we not just started our own poll. See no problem with it. They let your 10th grade class do it.
so it's discrimination against what?
It's not discrimination against nobody. It's just, they're fishermen. These are fishing companies. That's wait. See, their own problems with
So they wanted to take it further and say, let's rate everyone in the club. The veteran fishermen would be masturbators,
it. Yeah.
and we go down from there. And I was like, guys, gotta, and then some of them might be watching. Gotta tone it down. I mean, this is not gonna fly. Yeah, this wasn't gonna work. So, word from the water. Let's talk about that. I'm gonna change subjects for a minute. Talk to a lot of my friends that are on the water when I can't be. Around here, we got a whole lot of mating going on. So the from what I've heard, some of our warmer ponds, uh, snakeheads ain't fighting much. They're paired up. Seeing a lot of whirling circles, but nothing's fighting. Bass can be spawning food now. So you got this time when the water's a little warm, and now they're spawning, which is a good sign and a bad sign. Good sign is that means as far as snakeheads, we have fry balls to come back. Fry balls is the most no-brainer snakehead fishing. Because you throw it at a fry ball and you twitch it over that, you'll catch at least one, and you'll probably catch the other. Now, what I do want to say about that, those of you who snakehead fish, please catch and release. I mean, if you're gonna eat it, I don't recommend eating Delaware snakeheads. Hold on, let me finish this. recommend eating yellow. There's too much bad shit in the water. But don't just kill them. I know DNR says kill them. We've seen enough that there's still plenty of fish, plenty of frogs. But we go by. I'm speaking for Ray because he and I have talked about this. But let them go. Let them go. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I used to fish in bass clubs back in the 2010, 2015 time. Fished in a lot of clubs, and during that time, it was you catch a snakehead, you kill it, and it was one of them things at the time. It was I wasn't catching them, never caught one. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm all about it. I'm all about let's kill them. They're going to hurt everything. Then I got into well, and then I caught my first one 2 years ago, and I went out with you last year. Now, throw them all
Oh my.
because I'm actually
That's the
he's not on watching tonight. Frank here
yeah.
from Snakehead Outlaws put a post out today on Snakehead Outlaws. Might have been yesterday. I don't know. I hop on, saw his post, and it was explaining like how they started fishing for them in 2012, and how what they were, when they were starting to find them and stuff like that, started catching, and how they have like a guy who, oh, a biologist, or whatever. I don't know. I don't have the article. But he was explaining it's like this is the guy here. Like now, you got Chesapeake Bay that has the problem where they want to call him the China now, which is their technical name.
Yeah.
Um, but with them now getting on that about this now, it's again. I will say I fish. I fish a small pond. We fished a small pond last night. Now we didn't catch any snake.
We were
We
catching
catch
bass.
bass. If the snakeheads were hurting fishing population, yes, I think I said this last week. I used to catch a fish. It was a lot of people. They have so many different names. So they're either called red eyes, or they're called. We used to call them Google bass. Um, all different types. I ain't seen them on the river, and we used to catch the shit out of 'em. I would catch 200 of them a year. I haven't caught one in probably 15 years. But on the Susquehanna, they have a problem. The flathead catfish. Flathead catfish
Everything.
everything. Now, if I log on to any Maryland fishing page, they're all bitching about the blue channel.
Yeah.
Blue catfish now is more of a problem than the northern snakehead. So here's my thing. All you guys out there that put dragons, which snakehead world is
Over
so much
10
more.
pounds, over 30 inches.
Yeah, it's 30 inches, 10 pounds. Catch that, we have to release them. But last year, a buddy of mine who goes out fishing in a local area where we fish all the time, I believe he ended up catching 4 or 5 of them out of there that were over 30. The year before, never saw a 30 inch. Now you're starting to see them. You're going to start seeing them more and more. The more they go out. But the problem is you get the people who are going out and they're shooting them and killing them. Now I get it. If you're shooting them and killing them and you're taking them to a place so that they can be fed, we got a lot.
Processed.
We got a lot of hungry people out there. If it's that important,
But they throw them on the banks.
but that's where the issue is. Like you see shit like on the Brandywine Creek, where these guys will come by and take a picture of them all day. Dude, take them home. Dude, first of all, you're in the middle of the freaking city of Wilmington. There's all them freaking homeless people. Go take them some fish and say, yo, here, I just bought you dinner for the night.
They're getting $14 a pound for them at the
Yeah,
crab
so
shack.
well, 11.99.
My bad.
11 still 11.99 a pound. So the people that are actually going there, I understand it for a business purpose. You're never going to kill them all. Dude, we see them for eyeballs. Come on.
You can't.
How many fry balls? And we've seen some very big ones.
Well,
Let's just use one of our local farms. Last year we were out there. Some of the fry balls were like 3 foot by 3 foot wide. How many of them snakeheads survive? Now, don't get me wrong. There's bass in there eating, crappie bass in there eating, probably sunnies or whatever else is eating the little fry balls. Think about that. Yeah, all that shit that's in there. They develop so fast. They mate so fast. Yeah. Are they taking over the waters? Yeah. I read a report this week that on the Susquehanna River, they're starting to catch them all the way up near Harrisburg now. That is because this is where I'm going to throw everybody under the bus with the Game Commission. The Game Commission wants to preserve the shad. So let's build fish ladders at all our dams. Let's move the shad upriver. Yeah. Along with it, they're trying to keep snakeheads out. Conwingo Dam. I'm going to throw a big place out here. Conwingo Dam. They were actually going through their fish ladders, taking the snakeheads out and trying to release them. Get up there. They claim that they got a couple up there. They got through the fish.
that's all they need.
And now all of a sudden, got them all the way up by Harrisburg. You have to understand. You have to understand. You haven't been up that far with me on the Susquehanna. That is, to get to Harrisburg, that is 3 dams up. 3. The Holtwood Dam, Safe Harbor Dam, Red Hill Dam, right near 3 Mile Island. So these guys, when they're up there catching
What's
them,
up, Sonia?
these people are actually catching them up in them areas. It is a full. It is. You're never going to control it. It's going to keep getting bigger, and it's going to keep getting bigger. Today, I talked to a buddy of mine who is shit. He was fish. I saw a picture he posted. Messaged him through Facebook Messenger. Yo, buddy, we need to set up some time to go fishing. Absolutely. He said, asked him where he's fishing. I know where he's fishing. I can tell by the pictures. I know the vicinity he's in. And after talking with him, it's cool. We exchange phone numbers. So again, it brings it not to go off subject, but he's all about trying to catch the dragons. He wants to go catch the biggest, funnest fish he's ever caught. It's probably freshwater for me, freshwater brackish water. It's probably the it is it's a fun fish to catch. I've never caught a dragon. I haven't been fishing for snakeheads. This July will be 1 year that I fish for them faithfully. Like when I go out fishing for snakeheads, if I'm going out.
Well, the first time you and I went out was end of May.
Yeah.
So, and then we fished a little in June, but you and I just met in May.
Yeah, and then we met before then. We
But
didn't
no,
start
we
fishing
didn't
until May.
fish.
Yeah, and then we started fishing, and then started getting you out different places like that. We got to broaden your horizons.
I had to broaden your horizon
But,
because you need to learn the
but here's the
snakehead.
But here's the thing. So I did this. So today I messaged a guy, and he's like, so I said we exchanged phone numbers. He's like, hey, next time I go out, I'll hit you up. This group, go fishing. This doesn't mean you just bullshit. This is connecting with other fishermen.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a guy I knew prior. I know him from Dawson.
Actually, let me stop you for 1 second because we're talking a lot about snakehead fishing, and I got a lot. I know, but we got people all over the country. So if you guys are interested in this, it's not a countrywide thing, obviously, right now. So what we're looking at is it's really blowing up here. It's gonna happen.
Yep.
And just like bass fishing, bass is not a native species to you.
No. No, that's what I'm saying.
So we'll find an equilibrium, but there's also going to be, in my belief, like there will be the snakehead tournaments are small now. That's going to blow the hell up.
In 5 years, snakehead will be
But
just as big as the bass fishers.
Any of you people that are interested in what we're talking about, contact us. Contact our people because we do a lot of snakehead fishing. So that's why we talk about it a lot. And like for me, I've never caught a bullseye snakehead. That's a southern thing. That's Florida. We're northern snakehead. But these things grow big. Like I'm talking over 20 pounds. And they are aggressive and they are really fun. So I don't mean to dwell on this because I don't want to alienate some of you who aren't in, because you guys are fishing walleye. And I really want to learn more walleye fishing. I want to
Smallmouth
small,
fishing.
so I don't want to alienate people. I want you guys to fill me in on what you know. Right now,
We're
we're
targeting snakehead.
we're targeting snakeheads and we're targeting largemouth, and that's our fish. So we tend to talk about that.
Like
But
I'll tell you how bad the
let
snakehead
me
fishing is.
let me
One this year.
let me
One.
let me just
Fucking large.
please let us know because I don't want to exclude anyone from the audience. Want you guys to be included. So I don't mean to dwell on this. It's just like that's what Ray and I are doing. So that's what we're talking about. Anyway, I'm sorry to
No,
interrupt.
no, 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 we're targeting. Let's talk about it. It's targeting. So it's, but no, I'm all about like thinking what's. Well, people want to talk bass fishing. Susquehanna trip's got to come on. Got to come before I go away for my trip because
Then
it,
you
it
tell me when and where.
we're gonna have to get out before I go because it's it's at the time now. It's time now. These guys are catching big
And
smalls.
I have friends like
But I'm trying
Christian
to
Bro.
fish.
I don't know where you're at, you're on or not, but this is something that's right up your alley. Susquehanna. Now, Chris lives up the he lives up the how am I talking about the why can't I
What
remember
river?
river names?
No, or
He lives up the Hudson,
what?
so he's fishing
Always. Always.
big smallies, nice stripers, he's got all that stuff. Husky, walleye, and you watch him. Bring Torres too, another one up there.
Yeah, yeah.
And I tell these guys, you want to come down and come up and you show me what you do. But if you want to come down,
We got
Ray and
plenty
I,
of kayaks.
what's that?
We got plenty of
We got
kayaks.
plenty of class.
We got
We
plenty.
got you covered.
We'll guide you out, man. We'll guide you on them, man. We'll put
So
you on.
you guys, you people want to know what we're talking about and experience it? Any of you, contact
What's
us.
up, Hendo?
We got we got the equipment. We got the know. You let us know, and we'll bring you out there. You can experience this stuff. So I'm going to go back to what I started to originally talk about with the fry balls. Don't, if you are catching these snakeheads off of a fry ball, please let them go because they are fighting for a reason. When you cast over a fry ball, you're gonna get a snakehead, almost guaranteed, because they're not trying to eat because they're hungry. They're trying to protect their young, and you will slam often both parents. If both parents protect that fry ball, you will slam both of them often. And even if they feel the hook, sometimes you'll get them because they're that aggressive during that time. And if you do catch them, please put them back on their fry ball because they need to protect. It's one thing to catch them, but you have the potential to kill all those babies. And I know
Hey,
Delaware DNR, I am sorry.
how many times have we went out there? Caught one off this fry ball. Here, I'm holding it for you.
Oh yeah.
It's just let you know.
How many times have we went out and said, I just caught one off the last fly ball.
It's yours.
We'll go out and I'll be like, yo, Ray, some fry ball here. I just got one off the last one.
No, it's funny because it's relate this to trout fishing. Let's just go. Let's go out. Let's get tight. Do trout fishing. There are 10,000 assholes out there fishing around fish. 100 lines in the water right there. The fish is looking at 75 million baits. You know, you
It's
go up there and just sit there and say, "Hey, I just caught a trout out of this hole here. Go ahead and fish it."
no, that's every man for
Yeah,
himself. Fly
exactly.
fucking
It's
freaking. Sorry. I
it's
hate
way
trout.
it's way different in that situation, and that there one reason why I stopped trout fishing
Me too.
opening day and the week of trout season being open. A waste of time. Have following people out there because they're
People
all
get mad at each other because they're crossing lines, and next thing you know, you've got a fight between two people.
fish. I used to fish trout streams for opening day. Me and my pops would walk down miles of stream. I'd see 100 people, and you know, there's plenty of rooms to fish, plenty of areas to fish. You know, but I'm spinner fishing. This guy's bait fishing. Oh, dude, can't you see I'm bait fishing and you're in my hole? Who the frick cares?
Right?
Who the frick cares, dude? I'm spinner fishing. We're fishing, fishing for shit that they just dumped out of a into the freaking creek, and you're gonna sit there and fish at me? You're out there fishing for these snakeheads. All about it. Like fish with
No
you.
one put the well.
I fish with you. Fish with Greg. You know, I connected with a new guy tonight that I'm going to try to get out with eventually. But when you get out there and you're fishing, and when everybody works together, you know, fry ball, short man, go ahead, man. You know, that's the type of fishing we do. That's true fishing.
That's
When I
actually
trout fish,
why I
that's
like.
Matt. If I was going out trout fishing, I'd make sure Matt catches every trout that's in the creek in front of him before
Before
I
you,
do.
yeah,
I've caught so many trout. I've caught tens of thousands of trout. I care less about trout. But when you're trying to get a kid out on the water and you're trying to get them out there and enjoy themselves, experience what we experience at our age now. It's all about the kids.
that's the etiquette thing. Like for real, you're right. You're absolutely right.
There's nobody out there, nobody, nobody. When I go out fishing, I went trout fishing. I told this story once. I'll tell it real quick again. I went out one day trout fishing, running these three kids. They're all bait fishing. Opening morning, my dad's coming down behind me. Buddy's coming down behind me. I know we're going to have a lot of people in there. And you know, I get down there and I'm like, I ask the kids, see that they're all bait fishing. But you guys mind if I throw my spinner through here a couple times? 5 casts, I had 4. It's like, use it for a half hour. I've got a bite. And I'm like, here. I gave all the kids, back in the day, I have a whole bunch of spinners on it. Trout fishing for 19. And you know, all these kids, you lose them, that's fine. All three I'm giving each one of you. I got 2 more in my box. Take them all. What works? This is what's going to catch your fish. These kids go out there, they tear them up, they catch them. I go downstream, I go around. I don't know if Jay Smythe's still on here. Jay can vouch for me if he is watching. Jay comes down behind. Jay was a big guy like yourself. The skinny, brawny guy coming down the stream. This guy's ripping me a new ass because I'm throwing a spin. A hole above where he's fishing. Watching me catch fish. Throwing them back in the water. I come downstream. I come right by. No, man, you're screwing up my fish. The guy just starts blasting me. I'm like, dude, we paid the same amount of money for our license. Fishing public water. We're here just to have fun, dude. Care less. I says, when I see you got your one trout stuck in the mud, that is stringer, one trout hanging up. I've already caught 50 walking down every morning. I didn't keep anything. When I got to the point in life where I was like, I can't keep it unless it's big. The
Or you
picture,
gut hook it.
yeah, right. Or if it bleeds, if I sometimes swallow hook.
Yeah.
As soon as they bleed, I keep them. And I had neighbors that would always. I come down. I fished the next hole down below. The next hole down below is where that big trout came from where I'm fishing. Walk down, fishing that hole. All of a sudden, I see 3 kids walking down the stream. All 3 kids had 8 trout on their. I looked at Jay, and again, Jay, I don't know if Jay's on here. Jay, if you are commenting, you know that you're listening to me here. Jay, they walked out, looked at Jay, and I says, "This is what fucking trout fishing's all about. Look at these kids coming down with their limit. Guess who? Guess what? All three kids walked by their dad, got our limit. He's still sitting there bait fishing with his stupid one trout stuck in the mud. I gave them spinners to them kids. This is like an hour and a half later. And here these kids caught their limit. Dad's all proud. Oh, you guys got your limit. Like, that man right there gave us each three spinners. That guy walked downstream. And I give credit to the gentleman for the hard time that he gave me and Jay. I thought my friend Jay was going to whip his ass right on the freaking. My buddy Jay's like, "Hey, I'll whip your ass right here with chest waders on." Oh, I'll walk right through the center of your hole with chest waders. Don't piss us off, dude. We're not doing nothing wrong. The guy walked out and says, "I owe you biggest apology." Shook my hand, introduced himself. Thank you. I says, end of the day, that's what's important.
That's absolutely what's important.
Anybody. Most important is it's get the kids off these freaking boxes. Get them off this. Get these kids out in the outdoors. These kids these days, when I was 16, huh? They do.
Look
These
at
kids
you.
these
What are you doing right now?
You're on your phone. You're stuck on your phone. Got you off your phone. Freaking wanting to, you know what I mean? I'm more about the kids catching fish. That's why I say, if you got friends, parents, they want to come out fishing, they want to hang on to a snakehead, put you on.
I,
You got a
I,
son that wants to go out, I'll take him out. I can't put two people on my kayak. I have an extra kayak. As long as your kid is safe, got it. But at the end of the day, it's these kids need to have all their stuff. They need to get off of these computer systems, off of this. Get out of that. When I was 16 years old, I could go outside. Exactly. Hendo knows. I mean, dude, that's what 16 years old. He's fishing. He's out there. That's what it's about. Hendo gets credit for raising him just in that aspect to get him out. My dad got me out. You got out. Your mom drove you to Spence. That's the thing. These days, these kids, they don't have that father thing. Goes out. A lot of these dads these days are either too busy working, trying to support a family because shit's so expensive, or whatever. These kids need to get.
and again, that's we're not no not discrediting the dad. You guys do what you guys do.
You have to. You have to take care of your family. At the same time, you need to be able to go out and go fishing. These kids out. Go deer hunting. Go turkey hunting. Go do something. You know, out in the others.
So
I knew more about wildlife at 16 years old than half of these kids today. No. Like,
what they
but yeah, my funny point to my story, none of these kids have seen a beaver shark yet. And once you see the beaver shark, you don't understand everything because they don't know about that. Everybody like, what's a beaver shark? They haven't been fishing enough because they come and eat you. Especially if you're a little kid, your name's Matthew, they eat you.
well,
They don't like bats. They eat them. They the boat and eat the back of the boat. Hey, by the way, tonight we don't have the oldest, we have the youngest tonight. So kudos to Matt. He's doing a fantastic job. Even though he's on his Xbox phone, you know, he'll have his tackle box out. We'll have to have that next week for him.
so Matt goes fishing with
Sorry
me,
for my rant.
and actually,
That's my big rant.
and I got to tell you, one of the most rewarding things about Matt going fishing is he didn't get into it to go fishing, but
Yeah, yeah.
he got into it, and Matt will attest to this, right? That you said I didn't really care about them out there. You have my full attention. Whereas if we're at home, there's other distractions. But when we go fishing, Matt, it's just you and me, right?
I'll tell you.
And wait, let me keep going. You You had your rant. Give me my rant. God damn it.
I'm going on for your little thing with Max, so don't go too far away. Because
Hold your tongue for a minute. Anyway, um, with this whole thing with me, this is why I did the club. And I did some stuff recently, and I'm not gonna share that. Did this not for recognition. Did it because I really believe that this could benefit certain people. And I will do anything to, I love fishing. I want to share it with, and I also want to share as a science teacher, the conservation aspect, clean up, don't leave shit behind. But the fishing aspect, I did tell you guys the one thing I did. It got almost 60 rods from someone. I've been cleaning them up, and I've given some away, and some of them are cleaned up. But I don't do it any other reason that I want to keep this sport that is such an inexpensive sport. Start. I mean, literally, I'll give you if you're in my contract. I'll give you the equipment. You're not. You can go to Walmart and spend less than $30 to start fishing, and you could have the time of your life. And you don't need at the price of a phone or a Xbox, anything like that. This is an inexpensive sport. Now, to get expensive, if you do it, we do.
you know,
We have problems.
we can afford to, like, I'm self-employed, so I can afford to go out and blow some money sometimes.
But we spend more than we should at
Yeah,
times.
I mean, I said, and I said it on this show, I'm not going to buy no more lures. And I
Many times.
and I went out to Sarge's this week, Sarge's Bait and Tackle, and I went down and was looking for one snakehead outlaws lure. I cannot find it. It's not on their site.
What is it?
Looking for the Viper V single.
The one that I was using last night.
Oh, I'm just
The pink
I
one.
was looking. I was looking for one that's like the pink and white.
That's the one I was
Yeah,
using last night.
and I was looking for everyone. Go on their site.
That's it.
It's only tool. They don't have singles.
It's on there.
But I've hit. It's not. I'll show you a little after the show. I'll show you. I looked
Sure.
all over it because I was going to put an order in today.
Frank, Jesse,
I didn't even hit Frank up today. Because I'm like, "Look, can you tell me on your site where the single blade ones are? So I can order some. If I have to, at Jesse's freaking house and go grab them. I need just three of them.
that's what I was using. That's what I caught the best on last.
Hold on. Okay, my wife's not on. Listen to me. Listen to me. And I took out all my snakehead destroyers. Took three spots up. Well, I filled them the other day when I went to Sarge's. The gremlins.
Mm-hmm.
And then their Freddies. I want a couple of the single bladed ones now. I just need. I'll have the whole box full again. It's snakehead destroyers. Never use again. Never use them again. I don't like the way they rip. I don't like the way they tear. It's my only criticism on their lures. It is dilute, junk, garbage. I don't want them. And sorry, Jesse, Frank, I'm not a fan of them. I tried to rehook one. As soon as I put the hook through, it ripped in half. I just don't have. They give you three, one hook, two of the little whatever little spin things that go on them, or they all have the little spin things, but the one hook. And it's just you two more extra hooks and give you three of them in
Mm-hmm.
all set up. Because literally, as soon as I put the, and there ain't nothing I did different. I even counted the rings on the rubber worm to see where they hooked them up in there. For the freaking, where I did mine. I'm done with them. I do not like the. Do they work? Caught a couple last fall. I'm done with them for the year because now it's all top water from snakehead fishing. If I'm bass fishing, crank baiting, a rubber worming now. So anyway, sorry for my rant. I know we're getting close to the end of our
I
time
got
here.
the
We got a minute left.
okay. So
This show went like our
first,
phone calls.
I know
We're in a perfect 5 minutes.
this is what happens to Ray and I. Call him like even last night. We got done with fishing. We loaded up. But he's like, I need to go home. I need to eat, take a shower, and go to
What's up,
bed.
Chris?
Now, an hour later, he responds to one of my messages, and I called him, and then we're on the phone for a while. Anyway, just to make it short, guys, thank you for being on. Please subscribe to our YouTube page. We are on Instagram. And watch, actually, subscribe to the TikTok. I know that may or may not exist. Controversy. But we will be putting clips on that because we do GoPro footage and stuff like that. It's been well, as a school teacher, I fish way more often. Um, so
Chris, you ready to
subscribe,
catch some snakeheads? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Right, subscribe.
subscribe,
I,
and I gotta wrap this up, Ray. So I'm thinking like we got to go to like Marsh Creek. That's
let's
what we're
do
going
it.
to talk about. So
No, I hit the Susky. Hit the Susquehanna.
when we go to Marsh Creek or Susky, what are you going to tell your employees?
And I'm going fishing, baby.
Peace out, people. Love you.
Well,
Matt.
see you next week. Can't wait to see you all next week. Subscribe. I put something on Facebook. All go into it. It's a small little page. Fine.
There's a delay, so just gotta wait.